In this video, I'll be sharing with you my watch collection. I've been into watches for about 4 to 5 years now, and today I'll let you know which ones I really love and which ones, not so much. Some of these watches you might have already seen in my previous SOTC video, so there might be a little bit repetition there. When I first made my SOTC video, I've only had 500 subscribers. Now that I've grown a lot, I will probably retell some of the stories of the watches because most of you are new here. I've got 15 watches now, and to keep things organized, I'll go through them by categories. So you have dress, you have divers, field, chronographs, and digitals. First of all, I would like to mention that I finally got a proper box. So that's an upgrade. Now let's start with the category that I have most, which is dress watches. So let's start with this one. This is one of the first few watches I ever owned, the Titus Interlude. It was actually a graduation gift from my parents. Founded in 1887, was originally Swiss, but then they were bought up by a Hong Kong company, so therefore now it's a Hong Kong brand. In Malaysia or in Southeast Asia, the older generation perceive them to be good quality watch because they have deep ties with Switzerland and all of that. However, in my opinion, since its acquisition by a Hong Kong owner, the brand seems to have declined. Some watch enthusiasts might now consider it more of a fashion watch brand. Now, I can only speak from my own experience. I've had this watch for about 8 years now, and it's no longer working. And it's not because, no battery and all that. Been through a lot, okay? It's been through a lot. And I dropped this watch for a few times now, and as a result, the logo, part of the logo actually peeled off. And yeah, like what I said, it has stopped moving, not because of the battery, but because I think it's rusted, or I don't know, I haven't found the actual issue yet, but because of that, I've stopped wearing this. I'm still trying to find out what's the real issue. Maybe I'll get it fixed one day, but currently it's just been sitting in my collection because it's just not working currently. However, I still really cherish this watch because after all, it's a gift from my parents, and yeah, of course I'm going to appreciate it. And yes, I'm sentimental like that. I almost forgot about this watch. But speaking of broken watches, just now I had another one here. Hold on. I've been putting it into different compartments because I just want to protect it for the time being, which is this one. This is the Seiko SNXS79. Yes, you've seen it correctly. The sapphire has cracked. This time, I only have myself to blame because I drop it face down like this. I've been storing this watch away from this box because I just want to protect the dust from going in through the crystal for the time being, because I've been waiting for my crystal replacement to arrive, and yes, I am going to fix it myself. For those who don't know, this watch is one of my favorites and probably what kicked off my YouTube channel when I did a noob review. I just love this watch for what it is. It's one of the Seiko 5s with 7S26 movement. This used to be my go-to watch. I wore it wherever I went, especially when I only had 3 watches to choose from. So yeah, it has seen a lot of race time. Of course, I also wore it during my wedding, which explains why I was emotional when I dropped and cracked the watch. But no worries, the crystals are already here. I'm just trying to find a time that I can get it fixed myself. So this watch was gifted to me by my mom because at the time I didn't have any, I guess, feminine looking watches, and at the time I was working an office job, so I guess sometimes I do need a little bit more feminine type of watches. So far I tend to wear more of those manlier or bigger type of watches. So having this is really versatile. This was originally gifted by her company as a retirement gift. So therefore there's a inscription written at the case back, Jasamu dikenang, which means your contribution is appreciated in Bahasa Melayu. However, I seldom wear this nowadays because the strap has worn out. This was a third-party watch strap that I got from AliExpress, so yeah, I've nothing to blame. It's really bad, like it's going to come off anytime soon. I've replaced the original Tissot strap because it was even more worn out than this one. So yeah, but there's a surprise coming up. I'll be pairing this one soon with a new strap, very soon. I have another gift from my mom, which also another gift from her company. This time is for a long service award appreciation gift for her. Measuring at a dainty, really small 28mm, this watch is, yeah, probably my smallest watch in my whole collection. So this is even more ideal for when I need to really wear like evening gowns to special events. One of my favorite features is the Roman numerals as the hour indices. Its petite size has its advantages. Whenever I need a smaller or more delicate watch, this is my go-to piece. So yeah, in my whole collection, I think this adds to the variety. Next, speaking about small watches, this is the cheapest watch I ever owned, and it's surprisingly not bad. It costs about $20. This one here, Casio LTP V007, or as I call it, Casio Tank. And at around 80 ringgit, you can't really complain much. As mentioned in my review, this is probably one of the most affordable alternatives to the Cartier Tank. Of course, nothing can replace the real thing, but at this price point, I'll say let's appreciate Casio for providing us affordable, good watches. And yes, it's a very small watch, and I noticed that many men out there wish Casio would produce a men's version for this. I seldom wear this because, to be honest, it's, even for me, it's very small, given that I'm so accustomed to larger watches. However, by no means do I regret the purchase of this watch. I mean, after all, it's just 80 ringgit. I mean, how can you complain about that, right? So this is perfectly suitable for people who are looking for a great alternative choice to the Cartier Tank, and you're very, very tight on your budget. And speaking of tank-like watches, if you have more budget but are looking for affordable alternative to your Cartier Tank or JLC Reverso, this can be a good choice. Sent by Vario, a company founded in Singapore, and I just did a review on that. If you would like to check it out, I'll leave the link below in my description. But watch that after you finish this whole video, okay? This is one of the items that watch companies send me for free. When I started this whole YouTube thing, I never expect that the watch companies will actually send me products for review. And I just started this whole YouTube channel thing as I guess as an outlet for me to express my love of watches. So yeah, this came as a surprise. This watch is pretty cool. I've never seen anything like it, except of course the famous and very expensive JLC Reverso. Of course, the mechanism is different, but still, you are kind of getting two watches as one watch, if you get what I mean. Last dress watch that I want to show is the one that I'm wearing now. Yay! Yes, I finally got it. The Tissot PRX. This is the 35mm version, and yes, it's mother of pearl. I know I've asked you all what colors do you all prefer, and it's pretty tough fight between the mother of pearl and the ice blue version. Majority still chose the ice blue version. First of all, My husband bought me this one. This purchase was something we pondered a lot for a very long time. The thing is, this watch is a little bit complicated. There have been numerous instances where I felt this watch looked better in videos or photos than in real life. Even when the 40mm version were released, I was so excited to see it in real life, you know. But then when I really did see it in real life, it felt flat. It was a little bit underwhelming. But then I can't say the same for this dial color. This mother of pearl definitely showcased a lot of dynamics and make the watch less flat and more interesting. For now, this has been my most frequently worn watch. I find myself reaching for it every time I'm out. I just love the bracelet and I love the dial. One day, I'll make a review for this watch. Now, next category, dive watches. For those who've been here since I started this channel, you would have already known that yes, I own this Seiko SKX013. You might know that this watch holds a very special place in my heart. I first purchased this watch, and I guess, yeah, this was actually my first, I guess, proper watch. I got it during my whole career transition, one of my major career transition, and it was during a very challenging time of my life as well. And I decided that I got this because I want something durable to remind me to stay strong, and therefore I was like, dive watch. The SKX. The SKX013 is the smaller sibling of the more common SKX007 or 009, and I'm grateful that Seiko released this 38mm because it's more compact and obviously suits my wrist better. And now it stands out as one of my best purchases, especially considering its rarity. Shortly after obtaining it, I realized how challenging it had become to find it brand new. Most listings are for used pieces, often with unreasonable price hike, given the relatively old movement. As one of Seiko's iconic watches, the SKX series remain highly sought after, contributing to the inflated prices of the used pieces. Finding an unmodded SKX013 in particular is even more difficult because this is one of those famous watches that people like to mod it. However, I think I want to keep it as original as I can, and it being a sentimental piece for me, it will surely remain in my collection, although I seldom wear this nowadays. The next watch, to be honest, I'm not even sure if this is considered a diver's watch. Sure, it has diver's bezel, but the 50 meters water resistance doesn't quite cut it to be a proper dive watch, right? This one, Timex M79. But then again, who really wears dive watches to dive, right? But I digress. I spotted this on discount and almost instantly made the purchase. It's probably one of my impulsive purchase. I wouldn't have considered it if it weren't on discount, because I think it's very expensive, to be honest. Do I like this watch? I used to like this watch, but now, to be honest, not really. And usually it's very difficult for me to let go any of my watches, but I would say this is pretty easy for me to let go. I just feel grateful that I did not buy this at the original price. Next category, field watches. Let's talk about this one first, the Seiko SNK803. Oops. Yeah. This one, the Seiko SNK803. It's a beige field watch, which is a variation of the more popular black SNK809. How did I got this watch is, during that time, I was pretty new in watch hobby. And as an excited watch enthusiast in the beginning, I was trying to check off all types of watches just to make sure I cover everything. So I've already have my dress watch, diver's watch, and then the next one is field watch. So yeah, therefore I purchased this one. At that time I was so excited. However, for some reason I find myself not as excited about this watch as I was. Nevertheless, I wouldn't classify it as a buyer's remorse. It's simply something that no longer excites me. I no longer go wow for this watch. Yeah, it's just okay. This might be because in general I'm not particularly drawn to this style of field watches. Reflecting on my early days in the hobby, I realized I was quite hasty in trying to check off all the boxes without considering whether would I enjoy each watches or not. And tastes do change, and that's something important for newcomers, especially in watch collecting, to understand. Your taste will change, so do not be overly impulsive and stress yourself out to check off all these boxes. And yeah, bear in mind that some of these watches are quite hard to categorize because sometimes they do not look like typical field watches, like this one over here. This one, the Namoki Midnight Sakura tie. Now this one was graciously sent to me by Namoki. What sets this watch apart is the fact that I assemble it. I also had the opportunity to pick the extra parts and components, turning it into a unique watch. Something that's different from what they had provided in their DIY watchmaking kit. Hence the name Midnight Sakura tie. I took the liberty to name this watch myself because it's one of the kind, and if you're interested, I also documented the whole entire process in a video, which you can check it out here in my description. The whole project was a lot of fun. It was a bit challenging. Actually, it was quite challenging, especially the second hands part, considering I had no prior experience. Like really, I did not have any experience at all. And during the whole process where somehow I need to set up the whole camera and you know all of that thing, the setup, and then the lighting and all that, it was a bit of mess, to be honest. But at the end, I'm quite satisfied with the results, so you can check it out further in detail in my video. In terms of wrist type, I wear this occasionally, and when I wear it with pride. I'm very happy with this watch. Now, next category will be chronographs. I would honestly say if I have all the money in the world, I would only buy dress watches and chronograph watches. I don't know why. I find myself inclined towards those kind of watches. Now, first one is this Seiko, this chronograph. Apologies, but I actually can't find the model number or reference number relating to this watch because it was actually my husband's. My husband originally purchased it for himself, and then he sent it to me for a fixer-upper, aiming to remove the scratches and basically enhance the appearance, like making it a little bit new. I managed to remove some of the scratches using polished cloth, but I believe what I truly need is poly watch. So yeah, I'll be getting that soon to remove the scratches. There isn't much to say about this watch because I seldom wear it, and also it's not entirely mine. But now, let's talk about this watch that I really like, but it's also my husband's, which has special house for itself because it's expensive. This one, I know most of you like this a lot. It's the Hamilton Intra-Matic Chronograph H. This is the mechanical version. So yeah, this is another watch from my husband's collection. He got it as his wedding watch. I was super insistent that him not wearing his Garmin during his wedding. Like, can you believe that he actually wanted to wear his Garmin on our wedding day? Garmin? So obviously with my demands, I guess, we were on the hunt to find a couple watches for our wedding. As we explore options for Longines, Tissot, we stumbled upon Hamilton. And the moment we saw this displayed in the display box, display shelf, we fell in love right away. Despite the price being slightly above our budget, we decided to just go for it. And up until now, I must say it stands out as one of our best purchase ever. It obviously looks very big on my wrist, but I love it so much that I sometimes do not care, so I just wear it. Currently, it's paired with one of the Atom straps. If you're interested in learning more about them, you can check out my review. Specifically, this is the extra small size loopless version, as this is the only size that fits my wrist comfortably. This is the last two watches. This is the Casio W217H. This watch was a gift from a friend. At the time, it was my first ever Casio. I found myself wearing it quite often, especially on days that I need a better watch, because of the black resin and it being very easily wash off. It's incredibly lightweight. Sometimes when I wear it, I often forget that I'm actually wearing it. Yeah, that's how light this watch is. So it's very comfortable, and after wearing a lot of analog watches, right, it's just refreshing to have a digital one, because suddenly you realize, I actually can see the time so quickly and so legible. And because this is a gift from my friend, I will obviously continue to cherish it, and it will therefore remain in my collection. Last but not least, guys, I got a G-Shock. Can you believe it? I got a G-Shock. I was very surprised myself because I wasn't a G-Shock fan to begin with. But if I have to choose one G-Shock to own, it would be this one, the CasiOak. But in this case, it's the female version. It's basically a smaller version than your typical GA2100 series, if I'm not mistaken. So what are the differences? This is obviously, like what I said, it's smaller, and as well as the hour indices are metallic, so I guess it's more appealing to the female demographic. Apart from this white one, they also have other colors. They really target the female market for this. It's more pastel-ish kind of colors. I'm very glad that I went with this white one rather than the black one, because I think the black one just kind of reminds me of smart watches, which yeah, I don't really like it. Yeah, I really like this white watch. I'm not sure if it's because I'm still in the honeymoon phase with this watch, but currently I still like it, and yeah, I really like it actually. And that's all, guys. That's all my watches. I hope this video is not too long, because yeah, my camera is overheating again because I guess I spoke too long. Anyway, yeah, that's my watch collection, because I know some of you have been asking me to post a SOTC for 2024. I know I'm a little bit late, but yeah, better late than never, right? Thank you so much if you watched from the beginning to the end of this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to those of you who have been sticking around since the beginning. I remember I only had like 500 subscribers like last year, and now I had 5,000. It's been an amazing journey, and I hope I can continue to improve in terms of my video production. So that's all from me today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!